What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Sheridan S. Davis, your favorite church girl influencer, and I'm back with yet another video. Today we are talking about the time that my daddy acted a fool at my school. I want y'all to like this video, share, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. And turn on that notification bell button so that you can be notified whenever I drop a video. Happy Vlogmas!
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. I'm on to lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Okay, you guys, so this video takes place back when I was in middle school. I think I can't remember if I was in 7th or 8th grade, but I was definitely in middle school. Anyway, so it was picture day, okay? Everybody remember how picture day used to go. You get your hair done all fancy. You looking your best. You know, you send your kids on picture day looking amazing because you want the good pictures, okay? So my mom had practiced with me my smile before I left home from school. Now, mind you, because I have had smile issues in my lifetime, I don't want to share with y'all the pictures of how I used to smile, but it was tragedies are yet a commonplace, amen? So my mom practiced my smile with me so I could take good pictures and all this stuff. My hair was done, and I was fresh, okay, for school picture day. So it's definitely 7th grade. Now that I am recalling, it's definitely 7th grade. So my mom had did my hair or whatever. I had this real cute bun and all this stuff. So I was very excited about picture day. Now, when you take picture day at school, you know, school is a bit different. I hated school. Okay, so I was excited for picture day because, you know, some of the classes we wouldn't have to go to because we'd be taking pictures, whatever. So in school, I had a few friends that were like, you know, that I was like this with. And so one of the girls, I'm going to use her name that I wrote her, you know, she was a character in one of my books. I'm going to call her Lily. So me and Lily were real tight. It was me, Lily, Chrissy, and what do I want to call the other girl? Tia, okay? So me, Lily, Chrissy, and Tia. The four of us were tight like this, okay? And so we were so excited about picture day, blah, 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 blah. Now, let me give a little backstory. When I was in middle school, and period, a lot of times at school, I would go to the nurse a lot. Now, I went to the nurse at least bi-weekly, if not more often than that, complaining of stomach issues. Now, because of this, I think that the nurse, not I think, it was very clear and evident to me that the nurse, she ain't like me. She thought I was basically just trying to get out of class. She thought I was faking. Now, why I'm a fake with a stomach ache every week, I don't know, but that's what she thought. She did not think I was telling the truth about my stomach being, you know, having problems or whatever. Now, the reason why I had stomach issues, now I know what it is, but then I did not know. Now, if I could put a name to it, it would be called anxiety. However, at that time, I did not know. I just knew that my stomach would be bothering me all the time. So for me, I was dealing with anxiety because I hated school because, you know, there was some teasing and all that other type of stuff. And also, you know, I was not the best student of all time, okay? I wasn't dumb, but I'm just wasn't the best student of all time. And so, with that being said, I dealt with some anxiety. I know that today, but at that time, all I knew was my stomach was hurting. And so I would go down there, and after a while, the lady was just rude to me. And it's very clear it's because, number one, I'm a black kid, okay? Now, we went to, it was a public school, but it was a mixed crowd, okay? Predominantly white, but it was mixed, okay? They called the town diverse, but child is segregated, okay? So it was a whole lot of white kids. The nurse was white, and I think with her being white, she felt like my black behind just ain't want to be in school. Period, point blank. Okay? And so anyway, picture day, back to picture day. So I'm looking real cute. Everybody looking cute. We had taken our pictures already, but you know, we get to be dressed for the whole day. Cool. So I'm sitting down. It's lunchtime. I'm sitting down. I have whatever the school lunch is for the day. And Lily come over to the table. Now, let me paint the picture. You know, I'm a brick house. Always been a brick house. Lily is thick too. Okay? Lily's thick too. The only person now, Chrissy, she was like medium. She was not plus size, okay? And and Tia was top heavy, okay? So me and Lily was pretty much the big girls of the crew. I said that to say this. I was sitting there at lunch, enjoying my food, whatever. And Lily came over with her food, and she sits down. The only problem is she sat down, and the point of her chair, you know, the leg of her chair, was on my big toe. It hurt so bad. Like, I felt her weight. You know how somebody plopped down? It was like that. Y'all, it hurt so bad that I paused. Like, I could not say anything. I was the words what had me in the choke. Like, I could not say anything to tell this girl to get her big self off of my toe. Okay? No shade to Lily. I love her. So she plops down, and it's on my toe, her whole body, and this chair leg. And I'm like, and so everybody like, what's wrong? So when I could get my bearings at least a little bit, I pointed like, you're on my toe. Baby, she gets up, and she was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I almost didn't want to look at my toe because I felt like it was going to be absent from my body. I just didn't know how it was going to turn out. But I looked down at my toe. Now, let's pause. Y'all see me. Y'all see that I'm a chocolate complected woman. Okay? Things on me typically don't turn red. Even when they hurt, they may turn a dark, you know, like a purple or something like that. I'm not a turner redder. Okay? When I see red on my toenail, yeah, I almost lost my mind. So it's not that my toenail was cracked, because I just knew it was gone. It's none of that. I see the toenail is like this color, and there's a red dot. And so, hold on. Could you shut up? Anyway. So it's this color, and I see a red dot in the center of my toenail. And so I am just immediately freaking out. And so the teacher that was in the lunchroom, one of the teachers that was in there was like, oh my God, go to the nurse. And I'm like, here we go, because I know this lady has issues with me. Y'all, I shuffle on down to the nurse because I can't walk. Like, I'm a big limping through the hallway. Thank God we were in the lunchroom, which is on the same floor as the nurse's office. I knock on the door. I go in there. And my toe is starting to swell at this point. I tell this woman, look, this girl sat on my toe. And she was like, I think you'll be fine. No pain meds, no nothing. She ain't nothing, no offering anything. I think you'll be fine. And I said, I won't be fine because my toe is starting to swell and there's a red dot on my toenail. And it's nothing coming. It's not like bleeding where I can see it. What is that red dot? Like, that's concerning me. That lady said, I'll be fine. Just go back to class. And I'm like, I won't be fine, though. Can I call my parents? She told me no. I said, well, and I said, it's starting to swell. I remember this. She said, well, your toe was probably already fat. Okay, it is, but I know what swollen look like, ugly. Anyway, so I asked, could I call my parents? She said no. And she told me to go back to class and I'll be fine. Okay, so I said, well, can I at least get an elevator pass? Because at this point, my class is up on the top floor. Like, I don't know about y'all schools, but in our middle schools, we could not just use the elevator all willy-nilly, like we had to take the stairs. And that lady said I could not have an elevator pass. Now, I told you my toe was swollen. You can visibly see the red dot. You can visibly see. Now, she didn't even ask me when I said that I was swollen. She didn't look at the other one or nothing to compare. She just was like, it's big. So she told me I couldn't take the elevator. I just need to walk up the stairs for my class. Well, all the way up to the third floor, which is the top floor of the building. And it didn't matter that I was limping, hurting, about to die, none of that. She didn't care. Just take my black behind on up there. Well, y'all, I shuffled and was in full-blown tears by the time I made it halfway, like, out of her office. We couldn't use the elevator without a pass, but I said forget her, because I know how I feel. It feel like my big toe about to detach itself from my body. So I snuck on the elevator anyway, went up to the third floor, and instead of going to class, I went to my locker and got my cell phone. And I called my parents. I called the house. My mom answered the phone. I told her what happened. And she said, go downstairs. Go pack your stuff and go downstairs to the office. Cool. The nurse don't know none of this is going on because she don't know how to snuck to call home. Cool. Baby, I'm in the office and the receptionist, who's a black lady, is asking me, like, what's wrong? And I'm like, you know, Lily sat on my toe, I told her the whole story. She's like, oh my God, did you see the nurse? Yes, I did. The nurse told me to go back to class. And I'm not going back to class. So, next thing I know, my father is flying through the office. And I'm sitting there like, ooh, baby, somebody in trouble. Okay, you know how in the movies, like, they have the music going to build up suspense? You know how you know somebody about to die in the movies because of the music? It was giving the boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I see him, because the office has glass windows. I see him coming in, and I'm like, ooh, somebody in trouble. Okay, so he rings the doorbell because you have to get buzzed in. He rang the doorbell. He come in, and I hear the door. Okay? And he comes in, and he like, where your stuff? I'm like, it's right here. But why you yelling at me? Because I'm injured. Don't yell at me. I didn't do it. It's the white lady in the other room. It was her. And so, the receptionist, who is familiar with our family, she's like, what's going on? He's like, that lady tell my child she gotta walk upstairs and and she can't get an elevator pass and somebody sat on her. But I will be suing this school because ain't nobody about to play with my daughter. And so the reception was like, hold on, Mr. Davis. Baby, next thing I know, the principal come out of her office. The principal come out, and she's black as well. And she's like, what is going on? And so my daddy tells her in a very loud tone what has happened. And she's like, what? She won't let her get an elevator pass. She won't let her. And so my daddy was like, I'm taking my daughter to the hospital. And if something has happened to her, I'm suing everybody in here. You know, all this. So, baby, at this point, the principal is like, go get the nurse. The nurse come out, and baby, she was big and bad when she told me that my toe was fat. She was big and bad when she told me wasn't nothing wrong. But all of a sudden, she real sheepish when my daddy come in. So she come in, what's going on? Girl, you know what happened? Ugly. So anyway, she was like, well, at least wrap it up if you're going to take her to the hospital and we could get her a wheelchair. I'm able to get a wheelchair now? You just told me to go upstairs, march up the highway to heaven. Now I can get a wheelchair, ma'am? A wheelchair? So he was like, no, don't try to do nothing for her now. She was this, and that before. Why she got to do? And so the receptionist was like, Mr. Davis, in case the toenail is cracked, at least let us wrap it up because we don't want her to get it infected because it's already swollen. He was like, hurry up and wrap it up then, and don't let her do it. So they wrap my foot up, get a wheelchair for me now. All of a sudden, I'm worthy of wheelchairs. Get a wheelchair for me, and I go to the hospital. Kind of found out that my toe was fractured. I had to have crutches and one of them orthopedic boot type things. All because Lily sat her tail on my toe. And my daddy had to turn the school out. Well, from that day forward, I never had another problem after the nurse. If my stomach hurt, I got crackers or ginger ale or something. Never had another problem out of her. What is the moral of this story? Let your black daddy be involved because white people still be scared of them. They don't think they exist. Let the black daddy come up to the school and show that, and you'll have respect. All right, thank y'all for tuning into my video. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for tomorrow's Vlogmas. And like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love y'all, besties. I'm your girl, Sheridan S. Davis, your favorite church girl influencer. And I'll see you tomorrow.